Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, wow. Apparently there's a stream manager on my phone. Cool. I haven't seen that before. Alright. Let's see how the YouTube is going. I don't know if you can listen to the audio. Hey, what's up, guys? Let me make this bigger. Okay, there you go. That way you guys can see better. Okay. Let me know if you can hear my audio. I believe so, but I just want to make sure. And by the way, if you speak Spanish, I can, change to Spanish. If you speak English, also, you can make any questions. All good. Oh, I need to put the chats on the right side of the Vim editor. Let's put the chat up. I wonder how like the Primeagen does for the what is the chat to just show. I wonder how you do that. I wonder chat appearance, mode, celebration, timestamp for new messages, replies in chat, expanded, font size. Okay, that's not it. All right, I'm just gonna go simple and then I'll do this later because I don't want to, take my time trying to figure out like how is a chat, supposed to be when it's transparent and whatnot. Let's put the YouTube one. That way we'll always have the two chats there. Alright, and then this. There you go. Okay, cool. So we have that there. All right, let's start. Actually, let me post this on Twitter before I continue. Damn, today's music from Artlist, it's pumping. I don't know, I like minimal techno, minimal house. So I think this is good. Anyway, okay, so that's done. Hopefully some people tune up. Sometimes we get silent people. They're watching, but they don't want to comment. That's fair. Okay, so what am I doing? This is the current state of my web application. I've been developing this for a long time. Where the server. Oh, this is the other one. Sorry, this is the one that I'm building for the Udemy course, actually. So I have my Docker Compose there. So if I do make up, it'll get a Docker container for Postgres running, which I don't know why it's taking long. There you go. That was taking a little bit long. I don't know. I always think it's cool to show like the Docker Compose and Docker containers in general. But anyway, which by the way, I changed my mind. Before I used to say that I didn't used to like Docker Compose because it added some complexity. I actually think it's good because you have code declared to set up your containers. So whenever you want to, you know, I don't think provision is even the right word. Whenever you want to know exactly what specs you want out of your containers, you just use Docker Compose, and you know, with the Docker Compose commands, you can turn them on and off. Whereas, and you can do that all in one single command, like Docker Compose sub. It creates with the Docker Compose spec file or YAML file. You know, you have your container there with all the specs, and then it's just very easy to start. And yeah, you can set this. These are my environment variables, which I have them set here. But again, this is just for the Udemy course that I'm building. And yeah, you do down, and then that's gone. You do up, then that's back again. It's so easy. Yeah, and that's down. So I don't know, I really like that. But it still needs a little bit of work. I've been doing a lot of interviewing lately, so I haven't had time. But I'll give it some time. So that's my Go Minions project. Anyway, this is the one that I'm currently working at. Besides doing some Python lit coding here and there, as you can see. So lead py, it's very easy to see. So here I have my server, here I have my client, so I can, you know, start both of them. So this, I currently don't have Docker Compose here. I was kind of, you know, starting the container on my own. If the container did not exist, then I would create it here. But you see, like, in order to do what Docker Compose does, I have one command, two commands, and then, you know, if init up, I think I have a start Docker. Yeah, so that's a third command, just to do the same the same as what Docker Compose would do. So I'm gonna change this to Docker Compose to just run the Postgres container. But I'll do that later, not right now. Because today, what I want to do is the following. Where's my cursor? There you go. Oh, what's going on? There you go. Okay, okay, cool. Just want to make sure that everything is working. Let me show you guys where I'm at. It was pretty good. I like this. Okay, so sorry, got a little bit distracted. So this is the current application that I'm working at, but I'm trying to do testing. I'm gonna do front-end testing too, but first I want to focus on back-end testing. Profile, I could have. Oh, because I'm not logged in, that's why. I'm like, that's failing. There you go. Profile, groups. I haven't created a. No, I do have a game. Can't create report. Let's see. Choose team side A. Choose game ID. So there's only one game. Arturo goals. Well, today I actually played. Didn't score anything. Man of the match. Definitely not today. Game 1. Nope. I lost. Unfortunately. Alright, report was created. Go back to group, and there you go. So everything is working. So I definitely want to test this in the front end. Wow, people are quiet today, huh? Let's see. Okay, that's fine. You can put on the chat where you're watching from. Watching the stream from. ¿De dónde nos ven? Where are you? The stream from. ¿De dónde están sintonizando el stream? Okay, so let's go ahead and let you know, I always like to give context because then sometimes people drop into the stream and they're like, oh, I don't know what the hell is going on. So I'm gonna give some context. So this is probably not going to give you a lot of context like the main file, but I do want to show you the following. Is it services main.go? No. Services application config. Models. Okay, so it's not there. So then it's in models. Where did I put? Alright, probably it's just easier if I go here, maybe. Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, that's strange. I don't know why it didn't pop up initially. But so what I want to show you guys is that before I didn't have the database as a field in the application struct. Now I do. Is this a little bit too much, you know, having this as a separate struct? Maybe not. The thing is that hey, what's up, Quick? How you doing, man? I don't know if this is a little bit too much separating this, especially if I only have one struct and one method. Maybe I can put it here, but I don't know. For the moment, I think it's fine, and I'm gonna leave it like that. Also, since the models are inside of the DB, so probably I can get rid of this. So this is a major refactoring. I wouldn't say major, but it could break things. So let's do a make restart. This way, testing is very important. So I just did a major change. I just deleted and quote unquote major change. Quote unquote. Yeah, I don't know. The camera doesn't. There you go. Quote unquote major change. I just changed a field inside of the application struct, which is where almost everything is holding state. So if I run my tests and then I see that nothing breaks, means that that change was not affecting the code in a bad way. But right now I don't know, so I'm like coding blindly. Not really, but I'm not for sure if anything was broken, and then like I can just continue and down the line realize that actually something did break. Or you can manual test, but that's annoying, right? So here, okay, I'm not putting any data. Fields seems fine. Profile, that seems fine. Which with reports associated to my profile. Groups, okay, that seems fine. Games, all right, so everything seems fine. So I don't think I broke anything by deleting that. And again, you know, I was coding this the other day. Doesn't make sense to have the field models, you know, whatever I had before, if I'm already going to have that, you know, that models field within the DB. So it's redundant to have both. Let me change this on. All right, sorry. Okay, yeah, so that's redundant. So, okay, and now I tested a lot of stuff. That's fine. Okay, now let me show you the testing. So currently I have only one type of testing, which is the integration testing, and it's not complete, but it works. So for now, I'm not going to worry about that. I just want to have like the boilerplate of all the testing that I need, and then I'll start making more and more elaborated testing. So let me get rid of this. Let's write everything so whatever I change doesn't get overridden. So here I have my test main. This is generally how you set up tests whenever you have a test suite and you want to set up like main parameters for your testing, for your unit testing, or or your whole test suite. So I want to spin up a Docker container. That way, I'm not testing against a production database, but still it's realistic enough whatever I'm doing. So I'm creating a pull connection, I'm opening the connection, and I'm doing a ping method to make sure that I can reach that database. So then I'm gonna create tables. So if I go to create tables, which is in the same file, by the way, I can point to the migration up, right? And migration up, I actually changed to something different to what I had before. This is, I created it myself. Hey Jams, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo va todo? So as I was saying, I created all this SQL on my own. I didn't use a generated or a generator or whatever. I know there's a lot of packages that can create this for yourself, but I don't know. I don't think this is too complex, at least not now. So I point to this file in the testing, creates the databases. The tables in the database. If there's an error, then it'll point it out. Then I have the seed, so that seeds the data into the tables, and then first I source the files, then I execute the files, and then if there's no error, return nil. This is a ping test method, so that works. And then why did I have this commented out? I could have sworn one was working, maybe the field. No, did I get rid of the field one? Damn. So I'm sure I had some testing here. Delete field. Fields are gone. No, that's not the one. Create game. All right. Look. Hopefully I didn't get rid of the testing that was working, but so just to show you guys a way of testing, so go test v, and so what we are testing is inside of the services. I'm just going to point into the services package. I may get a pointer error, we'll see. Okay, so one passed, which is a test ping database. The insert game, no rows, result set, game with that date already exists. Okay, so I already created a game with this date. Let's change date. So this is January 1st, so I'm gonna put February. And this at 12 time UTC. So I'll put this at 7 and see what happens. Okay, let's try that again. Again, with that date and time already exists. No, okay. So also games group ID, foreign key. Maybe I need to pre-generate the. Let me see what I have in my seed, but fields. Yeah, there you go. That's one of the reasons. So the group ID is also very important that I generated upon seeding. So I'll take care of that. Let's put that on the notes. Add edit lead games in pro. I think I already have this. Add unit testing, very important. So this is up to do when doing seed.auth.sql. Add pre-created groups to avoid errors. Okay. Add Swagger, because later I want to add Swagger. Anyway. Now close it, open the pin on the previous cache. Yeah, that's something that I really want to do also. Which I'm already doing in another project with Sustand. I could probably, you know, also cache it and set it to a state in Redux, but again, it's not the focus of this. What else? Oh yeah, the field testing. Let me get my GitHub repo to see if I deleted something. Yo tuve problemas comparando fechas en PostgreSQL, ya que grababa unos tipos nanosegundos en la DB y no eran iguales. Para no complicarme, solo comparar hasta segundos. ¿Se debe a algo de la config? ¿Qué tal, ID? Soy Lin. Buenas. Para no complicarme, solo comparar hasta segundos. ¿Se debe a algo de la config? No sé, es buena observación. Jams, ¿es Jaime? No estoy seguro. Capaz sí estoy inventando. Pero bueno, si no, Jams. Lo que sí es que a la hora de hacer no el setup, porque en el setup no estoy haciendo creación de juegos. En el testing, que es aquí, con este time date, creo yo que es año, mes, día, hora y todo lo demás lo estoy poniendo en ceros. Entonces, capaz de aquí... no, aquí sí me está dando error. Sí, mira. No me está dando error. O sea, sí se está creando bien, pero hay algo raro ahí que definitivamente tengo que... Pero es como tengo 700 acá. Con UTC. Esto acá sí... UTC 12.8. Ese es el marcador ya. Ok. Time UTC. Capaz si esto viene de más. Bueno. No sé. Pero este de acá que se está agregando está extraño. Definitivamente tengo que ver por qué me está dando esto. Y luego tengo este constraint de foreign key. Entonces, pues no sé, es algo que tengo que ver. Pero me acuerdo que estaba haciendo algo más sencillo sin fecha. Con los campos de fútbol. Y a ver. Que estoy seguro que no he... ¿Dónde tengo el testing? Bueno, voy a tener que hacer el famoso git revlog. Added files to resemble testing repo. A ver, vamos a checar este. Bueno, primero vamos a guardar git status. Primitive models application.go. ¿Qué cambié? Ah, cambié la fecha. Y luego el binario. El binario lo debería de poner en el git ignore. Pero bueno. Está bien. Git add, git commit. Change the application struct in models application.go. Ok, ahora sí. Git checkout. Ese no era. Git checkout. Fields testdb. No. La otra es que yo estaba haciendo lo siguiente. Mock field. Esto creo que lo eliminé. Y eso no debería de ir en serio. No, sí, en serio está bien. Pero igual. Entonces, no, eso está... O sea, no es necesario. Ok. Ok, bueno, entonces vamos aquí. Checkout. Ok. Entonces está más limpio. No tengo todo el otro cochinero que tenía ahí. Algo que también estaba haciendo justo para checar esto. Interesante. Ok, sorry. Test main. Pool. Create table, code, main run. Esto, clean up Docker container. For testing, comment this if error. Code block. Todo lo que dice pull purge. Pull purge. A ver. Esto también. Más bien, esta es la importante, la otra no tanto. Esto lo puedo dejar, porque esto lo que va a hacer es que va a eliminar el Docker container. Sorry, I'll switch back to English if needed. um. Okay, so what we were doing is, okay, we have our Postgres there, and then if I run testing, make test, wait, let me actually check, what did I have for test? Test coverage, no. Test handlers, no. Okay. Just go test v services. Okay, so that will, you know, we'll have an error, but we will also have, we're supposed to have a container. Maybe I did not save it. Ooh. Pull purge. So pull purge. The last one should be fine, I think. Okay, so okay, so it has been deleted because of an error. So we have to also comment this for testing. And that way we don't delete the Docker container with the testing database. Alright, so here we have the Postgres for testing. And we have a passing test, and then we have a failing test. Hey, what's up? ¿Cómo estás, Miguel? ¿Cómo va todo? How's everything going? So let's go and open dbeaver. I just want to make sure that whatever I'm creating, you know, that I have what I expect. Otherwise, you know, if there's something funky, I can debug. And I know this testing, so right now I'm creating these tests. Initially they can be very cumbersome, but once you have good testing, it makes CI a lot smoother. So that's why I like to go through this trouble. So I have AWS Footbeats. I'm pretty sure, okay, testing DB Footbeats, there you go. SQL script. And then, from games. So there's no games here, right? But we should have some seeding information. Seed up. So we should at least have some field rows. So okay, so that's there. So we know for a fact that the database is being created every time we run the testing. But the insert is being funky. Select all from games. All right, so we know that. Let's see, where else did I have pull purge here? Esta life. Pull. Sorry, got distracted. Pull purge. Okay, everything is uncommented, so it should be working. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, sorry. All right, so everything is working up to the point, up to this point. If I pull up games.go game date, which is required. Hey, Jams, por cierto, tú a la hora de que usaste o tuviste este problema con Golang, ¿cómo le haces para crear una fecha válida? Porque creo que eso es lo que me está dando problema. Porque a la hora de que yo hago, por ejemplo, si yo me voy a un grupo, que es un grupo de food, por decir algo, ¿no? Quiero crear un juego, yo aquí selecciono el día, entonces por ejemplo, digamos que hoy juega a las 7 p.m. Score, de hecho creo que fue 8-2, estuvo fuerte. Bueno, Pre-Code and Secret Panel, Create Game, y entonces se crea. Y la fecha se crea bien sin ningún problema. Pero a la hora de que yo lo quiero hacer en testing aquí en Golang, no, por alguna razón no me está funcionando. Esto lo tengo que hacer responsive. I gotta make this responsive. And then I'm create report, no, create game. So what I'm gonna do is the following: go to network, see what. By the way, sorry for the people that are English speakers. So essentially, I'm having trouble whenever it comes to testing. This date is the one that's causing this error, and because I cannot generate a proper date format in Go, that's why it's giving me an error, I presume. Also, I gotta make sure that this group ID exists. That's the error also. There's no, I don't think there are any groups existing yet, which is also why it's erroring out. Select all groups. Yeah. So I gotta create a group. Let me see what I have in AWS. So I have ID, name, created, updated, that created, updated. So ID, I'm actually gonna see this from seed up, and then need up. So I have groups. Alright, so I do insert into groups. So I have to pre-generate IDs so I can, later target those IDs in the testing. Field ID, which I'm just gonna grab one from here. alright, I'll continue with that. El date, el segundo parámetro no es time month, time march, tal vez eso sea. A ver, ahorita lo checo. Voy a terminar este insert y ahorita lo voy a checar que sí, eso me está fallando. A ver, so ID, field ID. No, that's the game. What am I doing? This for a group. Sorry. ID, name. I'm not gonna put an image. And I'm just gonna put default created and updated at. Okay, so I'm just gonna change this to something a little bit different. So there you go. No. And then I don't know, to give it some randomness. All right. Is this 43 and 8? Okay, so it's 35. $42, $7. Okay, they're the same length. Probably I just could have lined them up. Lined them up. All right, so this is my test group. All right, so now I can use this ID in, let's write this down. So if I go to games test group ID, I can put in a group ID that I know that it's going to exist. And then the field ID is it done up 8283. So I believe it's this one, 9CB. Okay, yeah. All right, so why did I quit all? There you go. Sorry. This is where we're at. Field ID should be fine. Score should be fine. Group ID should be fine. Now the date is the one that was erroring out, which Jams was pointing out. Okay, so let's go to. That's not where I wanted to go. Golang sandbox. I know I can run a Golang program in my console, but since I'm gonna be looking for stuff, this is just as fast. So I'm just gonna do that. What was the command? I hate that it doesn't do the auto import. Print. Shift enter. That's what I was doing. That is what I'm creating. That's not the right format. I want to create something like how to games. Weird load, okay. I don't know, something random. Wait. No, that's not it. There you go. Aha. This, I believe, is the accepted one. That is what Golang is using. Let's run this. Okay, so that's the only thing. I'm gonna have to delete this. And then for testing, I will have to comment the purge of pool, pool of containers, or no, pool, or the database in general. I'll have to uncomment those pool purge commands. So here was one. That should work. So okay, build. Okay, this group does not exist. Yeah, that's what I want. I wanna. Oh, I see. Okay. 1 second. Column test group does not exist. Creating tables error. Column test group does not exist. What do you mean by it doesn't exist? Group ID. So I have to refresh. Oh, this is the production one. We gotta be careful with that. Test DB. Did I not write the... Insert into ID. Okay, different error. And that's an advancement. Oh, I have 2 databases created. That's why it's not an advancement. That's also another annoying thing, like you have to delete this manually for the time being when testing, so that's annoying. When you get rid of the pool purge, task group does not exist. So why are you giving me that error then? The connection has been closed. Oh, I have to refresh because now it's a new connection. Oh, what is that? Maybe I fucked up. And it's there. Double quotes, that's why. By the way, I never knew why double quotes would trigger an error. I'm actually curious. I'm not a big, well, not a big, but I don't know much about SQL in some instances. So, why do sometimes SQL queries fail? You use double quotes. So, whatever, I have a comma. I thought this shouldn't error out, but sometimes it tends to happen, or I tend to encounter that sometimes is the culprit of SQL queries mistakes. So yeah, I don't know everything about SQL, so I do get these minor mistakes, but whatever. So yeah, it was the double quotes because now the query is at least erroring out. That is interesting. So let's see. Test Postgres DB repo insert game. It says no rows in result set. A game with that date already exists. That is annoying. But then it says pass and then okay. So if it passed, then a game should have been created, and boom, it is created. Okay. So the testing works. It is a little bit annoying that I get a fail and then I get a pass, right? Because then yeah, like this is an error, and then a game with that date and time already exists. So this is definitely like an error, a positive false, no, a negative false, sorry, negative false, meaning it falsely is qualifying this as a non or as a failed test initially, or erroring, but then it passes. But what I care for now is that this test is done, so that's good. Check mark on integration test with the DB. So that works. Games test.go. So this works. So I guess well, I don't know if I have to change this. Apparently this is accepted. Let's see the date. 216 7 UTC. Oh, because it's -5. So 7, but -5 is 2. So in reality, if I wanted to do like 7, truly 7 would be 19, I guess. Plus 5, that's 24. So I'm gonna run this again. And again, this is annoying, but I have to delete this. Obviously I have the command for this to auto delete. So let's run that. A game with that date already. That is where it's erroring out. I'm I'm getting an error there. But by date and field. Okay. Yeah, something strange is happening. Probably it has to do with the way that I'm creating a date. This new instance though, okay, now it's 17, which is 7. Okay, that's fine. I'm glad with that. Okay. El date del segundo parámetro no se con time on, time match, a veces, o sea. We also said that we wanted this how to create a date in this format in Golang. Well, I'll leave this as a placeholder. It's important, but not as important as the other tests that I want to go through today. So actually, this was a minor win. And git commit added test group into the c.up.sql file in order to test create game in services package. Sí, hey, Miguel, ¿cuándo vas a hacer streaming otra vez, Andamos esperando. Git status, okay, git push origin main. Okay, so that's good. Now, the second thing that I want to do today, and how long have I been streaming? It's been... I still have time. That's fine. Okay. So this is my other testing that I want to do, which is field test. But I'm having a lot of trouble in order to test this. So what is happening? And I actually moved a lot of things in order to make this happen, but the router was in a separate package, so now the router, I moved it into its package, which allows me just to call the handlers directly from the same module. These don't have to be public anymore. This can be private, but you know, I'll make that change as I go. Right now I'm working with the fields route. So for example, here all of these are private. The update, I probably want to make it private. So update. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now, what do I want to do with this? I want to be able to do the following. When I'm in my handlers, And this is not it. I should probably create a setup file, but that's fine. So here for now I'm creating a test that, oh no, I do have the setup test. Okay. So could it be can person require more? All right, I'll change that right now. But what do I want to show you guys, or what do I want to do or explain, or whatever. I want to create this. This is going to be a connection to, how can I put it? This I'm gonna create a new database connection that will not work. It'll just return nil, but the method will work. And I really don't care whether the connection works or not, but I want to simulate this, and this in my handlers, not in my integration. In my integration, obviously it's very important, and that's why I create the Docker container. But for my handlers, I really don't care, which is why on the fields, and this is going to be somewhat tricky, which is what I'm currently at. But this is where I would have the, let me see if I have this here. No, then in services, fields. Okay, no. Fields mock.go. So here what I would do is create all these methods, but I would create a fake replies to these methods, and I would use an interface that would describe this behavior. So why is that? Because for the handlers, I just care that, if the post, if we hit the post route, that we return 200 and created field successfully. If we hit the put route, then we want to return the status okay or status no content and update field successfully, whatever. We really don't care what happens in the database. It's not needed. It's too much work in this type of testing, in the unit test or test suite for the handlers. Obviously, we do care for all those things inside of the services package, but that's a separate test suite or group of tests. So, just so you guys understand what's happening. So what do I mean by an interface? By that, I mean, let me see, where do I have this? Do I have it on DB, model, services? Did I get rid of that? Okay, here. So the DB struct itself has models, and we can initialize the models to something, right? So this is my models struct. So whenever I create a new pool of DB pool, I actually want to implement, let me see if I can do field models. There you go. That's what I want to do. Now, and this is a very important part. Here in field, I want to create a field repo interface or field. I know normally like interfaces in Golang like end in ER, so like the reader, writer. I cannot think of anything of the sort, so for now I'm gonna do the following. You see how I have this interface, field repo? This is what I want to do. So right now I'm not doing it successfully enough, but that is where I'm at. So I need to set the type. That is, yeah, okay, so sorry, that has to be there, and this is field repo. Let me see if I can, and that's where I'm at. So the error that I currently have is, and I don't know why this error doesn't display properly, but it says value of type field as field repo value in struct Laravel field does not implement field repo. Method create fielder has pointer receiver. All right, so let's go ahead and see that, and I'll put the chat right now in a bit, but just for this specific thing. So let's write that. So field repo value instruct. What was it? Create field. Method create field as a pointer receiver. Maybe I'm misunderstanding here. Pointer receiver. Okay, a pointer receiver is a method that operates directly on the instance of the associated type. When you define a method with a pointer receiver, any modifications made to the receiver inside of the method will directly affect the original instance. Pointer receivers are represented by using the type with an asterisk p my type method name. Here's an example of a pointer receiver method in Go. Okay. Let me see the repo then. The repo interface. Wait, what? Foo Foo is a struct. Yes, the method implements the foo interface. The method can be called on a variable of type 4. I mean, that's what I believe that I had, unless I'm missing something. And this is going to be very important, and because of the following. Since I want to implement the interface here, right, the fielder, I can call it fielder, I guess, whatever. That's not the important thing or the takeaway here. The takeaway here is that I can create fields mock. So I can grab, you know, all of this. And then let's change field to let's change the top one. And then I can just create an array of fields. Do I want to get creative? Okay. What was it? Yank? No, what was it? 0p. There you go. And then why is it? There you go. Fucking up the key, the key bindings, not the mappings. Well, the combinations, key combinations. There you go. Jesus Christ. Okay. ID, I'm just gonna grab one from seed.up. There you go. Okay, name, this one, address, Let's test. What are the dates? What? So annoying. Okay, I'm gonna steal this right here. Okay, so that is an array one of fields mock. I'm gonna focus on this one right now. I know that was a little bit cumbersome. I just want to make sure that I'm going through my stuff properly. Panic, missing implementing. Okay. All right. There you go. So I'm gonna test at least. Well, I'm gonna work with this for now. And then if I go back to fields that goes versus my fields here, I have the repo. Is it complaining now? I don't. Services DB. Nope. There you go. There's the complaint. That's what I was looking at. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so this is what it's important about having the interface, because for the handlers, I just want to test the responses. For that, I want to have the following, where I really don't care what happens under the hood in the fake database, because that's already been tested in other tests. So for the routes, I don't care what happens. I'll like fake the data. And then whenever I'm using a field handler, this can be pointing to whatever struct I'm using, whether that's the fields mock struct or the actual field struct. And that's why the interface is important, because the interface is the type that I'm going to be using and not the struct type itself. That way I don't have to change my code. You know, the handlers will remain the same, which is what I care for the most in this test. And the only thing that I'm swapping is whatever this handler is calling, which is the get all fields from the That's gonna be a problem because I'm using the specific strut there. Anyway, step by step. Damn it. That's another hurdle that I have to think about. But I'm not even the first part. The first part of the hurdle, which is making sure that this doesn't give me an error. It says okay. You cannot implement field. Let me change this music. 1 second. There you go. Trying to think. It's given an error in the models. Create field has point receiver. I don't see how is that like a thing. Yeah. I don't see how that is a problem. Do I have something different? No. Field, no. Get field by ID. Anyway, like this, when I run go test v handlers, which obviously fails, which in addition yeah, that doesn't work, so that is not there. I actually have to change this. But basically I have to set up something similar to what I have here in here with a different fake database. Ooh, it's about to be one. Okay, I think I'm gonna cut it here. I'm definitely getting too tired, and me being tired is not helping me. I'm gonna continue the string. I don't know if this week I still have a couple of things to do. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Gracias a los que estuvieron aquí en el stream y se quedaron viendo. En verdad les agradezco mucho y pues nos vemos en el siguiente.